It's that time of the year. Happy holidays, everyone, from 2K Sports as we get set to bring you some mid-season NBA action. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson, with David Aldridge roaming the sideline. It'll be the visiting team facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. They've got Melodon, Harrison out there with Laverne, and it's Schofield in at the power forward. Now here's Laverne. Misses the three. Driving to the basket. Covered by Aginsa. 6 on the shot clock. Harrison with the rebound. And they're running. Takes a three. Rebound by Williams. About 1 minute into the first quarter. Porchita, and the rejection by Aginsa. Outside Williams, beyond the arc, cans it from downtown.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Here's Schofield. Here's Laverne. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
No, it's just ridiculous. He's just an absolute surgeon when he has the ball. This man is surgical. There is no way to slow him down when he wants to score.
Oh, big finish, emphatic.
He hangs on the rim just for good measure. Wow. There's the pick. Here's Harrison. Pass to Schofield. This one for 3. Sinks the triple.
You give a shooter of his caliber that much time to seam it up? Oh, yeah, you're done.
And Shaquille Harris gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Porchita. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those. Ooh, can't ask for a cleaner look than that, and he'll make you pay.
Defended by Laverne. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
And it's Aginsa missing. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
And the layup is good.
That's just smart basketball right there, finding a way to get a high percentage shot on offense.
Now here's Laverne. He's guarded by Williams. Three-pointer. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Greg, their offensive approach has been rock solid here.
And they're finding the weak spots in the D and attacking it.
Porchita, and he banks in the layup.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
The 3-ball connects from three-point range.
Proving once again, he is one of the best shooters in the league.
McDowell White. Porchita. Off target from outside.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those. That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Fires for 3. Harrison with the rebound. 36 seconds left in the first. Here's Aginsa. His three-pointers off the mark.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Pass to Williams to the wing right side. There's a screen by Williams. McDowell, White. Hits it from three-point range. 8 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Meladon. No good on the last second attempt there. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Leading by 5. We'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
They're just out hustling them on the boards, punishing them for refusing to box them out accordingly.
They got Jackson. Black is out there with Lee, and it's DeColo in at the 2 spot. Thomas, no luck.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. Black grabs the board. Pass to DeColo. Lets it go from deep. That's a miss. He's made one and missed one. Here's Thomas with the 3. Nothing that time. He's 0 for 2. They're running. There's Jackson with the 3. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And Thomas has it in the corner. To halt the run. That shot off. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Lee outside. And the 3 ball is good. Lee's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Right wing. Covered by Lee. Driving in. Lays it up and banks it in.
Breakdown for the defenders, and you can't ask for an easier bucket than that.
It's a 4-point ball game. On the wing, Jackson. From deep. The shot misses. Thomas deciding where to go with it. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far.
It's almost as if there's a lid on the hoop for him right now. He still hasn't gotten one to fall in the quarter.
DeColo can't get it to go.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
That one's in, his first shot this game.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Outside Jackson. Jacks up a 3. DeColo can't get it to go. DeColo's gone 1 of 4 so far. Guarded by Jackson. There's a minute 47 left to play here in the half. Here's Black. Finishes the break with a slam.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
That's the last thing you need to happen down the stretch. Let's see how they respond to the devastating punch. Oh, wow. He's yet to score this quarter, and it's not for a lack of trying. They just need him to make something. You know, some people could say he's struggling on offense this period. I like to think of more of drowning. Just can't seem to find his confidence. Hard work pays off with a rebound and a bucket. That's just great fundamentals.
That is just unreal. Is this the dunk contest, or are we actually playing a real game?
No, this one counts, Greg. Believe me.
My
But confidence to attempt that alley-oop to himself. Thomas, shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Personal foul, first team foul.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
2 shots.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
No surprise there. He's about as automatic as it gets from the stripe. I hope I didn't jinx him.
Jackson with the screen. Here's DeColo. Good on the triple. DeColo's got his second basket of the night.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
It's Thomas outside. Black grabs the board.
And if they want to mount a comeback here, they need him to get going. It's just that simple.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. DeColo can't get it to go.
He hasn't had his best game, but they've gotten enough production elsewhere, so it hasn't really mattered.
Thomas, good.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
DeColo dishes to Jackson. Can't connect from long distance.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Even though he is capable of hitting that shot, I'd like to see him work for a better look in that situation.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Leading by 3. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the 3rd quarter.
Look, I know this is going off topic, but during the first half, we were doing some dribbling drills. So Kenny, as the point guard here,
They've had the hot hand from deep, so I'm giving these guys the green light. Keep riding the perimeter game until they take it away.
they sure made it look easy. And that about wraps it up.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Here's Harrison. Pass to Laverne. Fires the 3. A shot that time, not on target. Laverne's gone 1 of 3 from the field here. They've got Laverne. Paladon is out there with Harrison, and it's Ajinça in at the 3, the small forward.
There's some defense for you. For someone who's as good at shooting the 3 ball as he is, you need a defender who's equally good at guarding against him. Having a lot of trouble stopping the 3-point shot.
Paladon's gone 50% from the arc, 1 of 2. It's picked off. One-on-one here. And then Paladon with the dunk.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end.
And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Buries the long-range jumper. He has 5.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
And Laverne throws it down.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. For 3. Harrison with the rebound. Harrison's got 4 rebounds in this game. Over to the wing. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Paladon with the bucket.
Okay, so they've looked energized and focused starting this half, coming out of the break, making 4 out of their first 5.
Pass to Williams. Lays it up off the glass. Williams has got 7.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
Ajinça with it. This one for 3. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Borchita. Out to the right wing. Five to shoot. They set the screen. The 3. Here's the three. Laverne grabs the miss.
Gotta find easier shots when you're already struggling. That's not gonna get it.
Here's Harrison, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that finish shows you how dangerous he can be as a passer and a finisher.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. 10 points for him.
This quarter has been all his. I suggest they keep the ball in his hands.
Crops in the layup for 2.
Rate of baskets assisted, it's a stat I really like. It tells the story of how well you are playing team offense.
Harrison passes to Schofield. Here's Laverne. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Defended by Laverne. And it's off from 3-point range. Fades back. Not going to go that time. Laverne's gone just 2 of 6 shooting, 33%. Fires from deep. Schofield grabs the board. There's 37 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Back to Harrison. From outside the arc. Drills the three-pointer. Harrison's got 8.
You can't lose a shooter like him on the court. The ball will find its way to him, and he will drill a 3 each time.
Offensive rebound, Williams. Over to the left wing. Launches a 3. Harrison with the rebound. Harrison's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Taken away. Up in time. And that one released in time, but no good. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Up 10. And when we return... And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
A lot of times a spectacular pass is more impressive than a spectacular shot. This is one of those times.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. And yes, it's good.
That was just a perfect possession, getting it in tight for the high percentage shot.
We've got Lee. Jackson is out there with Black. And it's DeCola in at the 2.
It hasn't been his best game, but his team is still doing just enough to be up.
Covered by Lee. A three-pointer, no good. Outside Jackson. Here's the 3. He can't hit that time. Jackson's got 1 3-pointer tonight in 4 tries. From deep, Thomas. And Lee pulls it down. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's DeColo. And the 3 off target. DeColo's gotten just 2 of his 7 attempts from deep to fall here. Pass to Thomas. Three-pointer doesn't get it to drop for him.
Good job by the D to stay with him and make that a tough 3.
And that one's good, DeColo.
Assisted by Black.
And so here's the home team. It's a 10-point game. The 3 from Thomas. Nailed from three-point land.
He can really stroke it from deep. You have to keep better tabs on him.
And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. And that one's good, DeColo.
He was solid in the first half from deep. He's a guy who can get hot. Let's see how he does here in the second.
Pass to Thomas. From past the arc. That shot misses.
They're losing, because he is struggling so bad, and he has not looked comfortable all game.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Lee passes to Jackson. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter.
Nice ball movement there. That's how you break down the defense.
Although they're down big right now, Greg, still plenty of time left in this one.
At this point, they got to take it one possession at a time.
Releases. The shot, no good.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
And those are the type of shots that just drive coaches crazy. Look, I wouldn't be shocked to see him sitting on the bench if he tries that bad boy again.
Perchita, guarded by Jackson, drops in the tray. The steal. Shoots the three. Offensive rebound. Perchita. No good from outside.
And as long as he keeps missing from deep, the D will keep letting him fire away. He's just off from range right now.
There's Lee with the three. No good. Shot missing. .110 left in the fourth quarter of this one. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
He finds a shooter in motion and is confident he can thread him with the lead pass. Well done.
Now here's Jackson. Tight defense on him. Lets the three fly. The shot comes out. There's 39 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Stolen by Jackson. Fires away from way outside. No good that time.
Not enough ticks left on the clock to save them tonight.
Yeah, they got to be disappointed with this result.
From downtown, hits the three-point bomb. 12 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The visiting club takes the win on the road. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was.
And welcome. Glad to have you along for this Tuesday edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Along with Grant Hill and Brent Barry and our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. This is Brian Anderson. We've got the visitors facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. Sends it home from three-point land.
Coming out swinging and hitting the game's first bucket.
Well, for us, it'll be interesting. Can they keep that kind of pace up all game long?
Now here's Jones. Shot clock at 5. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Here's Williams. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
Offensive rebounding is all about wanting it. Fantastic effort there, leading to second chance points.
To the inside. Fires from deep. Nails it from 3.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Defended by Jones. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
First team foul.
Yeah, and you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
First one falls for him.
2 shots.
And so he hits both.
At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
Almost 2 minutes into the first here. Down low. And he goes in for the dunk.
Yeah, undersized guys with athleticism do these kind of things, playing above the rim. Love to see him get up like that.
Out left to the wing. From outside the arc. Can't get it to go. Missed his first one. Here's the break. Pass to Ldlc. Right wing. Let's go with a 3. Williams grabs the board. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first.
With 2 hands on the rock, he powers it through.
Totally in control, protecting the ball the whole way. Here's Bonga. There's a screen to the middle. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Just can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
Elevates and detonates the one-hand stuff.
Picture perfect. Now here's Jones. He's covered closely. On target from range. He has 6. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Oh, a big finish with a one-handed jam.
That's nice vision there. You see that pass, you make the feed before the defense has a chance to react, and that opens up a much better opportunity to score.
Here's Ldlc. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. The 3 ball. No good. That's his 3rd miss out of 5 attempts. Knocks it down from distance.
And they've settled in quickly today. A nice flow and rhythm to their offense.
Outside Jones. Fires top of the key. That one drops. 3 for 6 now. 36 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Defended by Jones. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Second personal foul, second team foul.
And he makes the first.
Taking 2 shots.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. And we've got 28 seconds left to play in the first. Here's Lundberg. Pass to Pokashevsky. Gets the 3 ball to go.
How about the 7-footer out there knocking down threes? Poku from distance.
Prochita. He's guarded by Washington. Yep, count it.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
Puts up a deep 3. Pokashevsky the miss.
It's never easy from that distance, but we see him drill those and shoot around all the time.
Oh, no, I know he can make it, but that's warm-ups, so maybe just a...
Offense is coming free and easy as we wrap up the first. Up 5. Don't go away. We'll be back momentarily. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. And from what we've seen here from the home team, what's your take so far?
Well, there's no reason to take risky shots when you can collect points at the rim.
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
They've got Alexei Pokashevsky, and it's Washington in it to 1.
He didn't have his feet planted.
Number 45. First personal foul, first team foul.
And here's Thomas. The rebound by Lundberg.
Well, that's how to protect the rim without fouling. Force him into an awkward release and a bit of an adjustment on the layup.
Back to Pokashevsky. 6 on the shot clock. This one for 3. And can't get it. He's now 1 of 3. Pokashevsky's gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. To the inside. Out to the wing, to the paint. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
Takes a 3. Buries it. He's 2 for 4 in this game.
Poku with no hesitation.
Pokashevsky's gotten 2 of 4 to fall from deep. He's guarded by Washington. And he makes it on the layup.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Pass to Lundberg. Cuts off the pass. Here's Thomas for 3. Can't get it to fall. 0 for 2 now. Here we go. From behind the arc. And Lundberg gets it to go. Lundberg's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Now here's Thomas. Defense is right there. And the basket is good.
Their defense just falls apart once the ball goes inside.
Pass to Lundberg. Picked by Pokashevsky. From deep. Connects from downtown. Pokashevsky's got 9.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Jones grabs the board.
Remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
It's a close game here in Denver. A minute 50 left to play in the half. Washington outside. Pass to Pokashevsky. Jones in the post. Back to Washington. It's Pokashevsky on the wing. Goes back up. No good. 3 for 7 shooting so far. Here's Thomas. Washington grabs the miss.
It hasn't been his best quarter. I mean, he's trying to shoot himself out of a slump.
Here's Pokashevsky. Wasted no time with that shot, but it's off the mark. Pokashevsky's gone 3 of 8 shooting from the floor. Thomas outside. Going inside. Got it. Thomas has got 4 points in the quarter.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense, man.
Three-pointer. Drills it from deep.
And Poku has everything clicking here tonight.
Pokashevsky's got 4 of 7 three-pointers to fall. Pokashevsky covering. No good with the triple. 8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Lundberg. Pass to Pokashevsky. Washington outside. And here's Pokashevsky. The 3. That shot off. In transition, here they come. Shoots from 12. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. They're up by 3. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
And that is going to do it for us.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. Nice game. Great performance by Ldlc Pokashevsky.
And the bulk of his production has been generated along the perimeter.
Yeah, he keeps tracking down those spots behind the three-point line and finding some open opportunities.
And the ball ends up out of bounds. And they retain possession.
Quick defensively, very, very nice lateral movement, lockdown defense from Ldlc.
Pass to Jones. Five on the clock. That shot off the mark.
That's his shot, and one I'm sure he wants back.
No problems knocking that one down. 10 points for him.
Oh, nice feed. On time and on target.
About a minute played here in the second half. Drives to the hoop. A shot, no good. And they're pushing it up. The kick out to Williams. Takes the 3. A rebound by Bonga. Pass to Ldlc. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the third quarter. Williams defending. The 3 is up. That one no good.
Not been an easy start. 3 straight misses here on these possessions.
Inside. Ooh, coming through again. Shooting 5 for 7 now.
More points coming from inside. In that respect, they've been the more aggressive team.
That three off target. Had some space there after the pump fake. Played it in with a nice touch off the window.
They've been a little soft with their defense on the interior.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Williams defending. And there's the screen. To halt the run. The shot comes out.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
From outside, off the mark. And here comes the break. And here they go. And he dunks it. What a pass to set him up.
Way to go, Ldlc, rising up that time, and it's 6-6. It makes it look easy.
Defended by Jones. It's rebounded by Ldlc.
I'm not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
And he dunks it down.
The big-time throwdown.
Check him out. Keeps the grip on that rim after the finish. A little extra emphasis. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Gets the three to fall.
That right there, that's the kind of look this system is designed to create.
Out left to the wing. Bonga pass to Ldlc. Lets the three fly. Williams grabs the board. Williams has got 6 rebounds here tonight. He launches a three. Jones grabs the board. Here's Bonga. That's in. Coming off an assist from Jones. Jones has got assist number 5 here tonight. Bonga has gone 2 for 3 from the field. And give him another one. He's 6 of 8 and looking solid.
In the NBA, you just can't let guys get to the rim.
Puts up a 3. Sinks the tray. He's got 11.
Okay, you would think a coach might have talked to his defense about making the adjustment on him, but right now, he's just lighting him up.
7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Fires the 3. That shot, no good. Here's the teardrop. Not going to go that time. Here he goes. And it's good. But hang on here.
The officials will have 2 minutes to review the play.
Are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before we go to the fourth.
Yeah, the replay makes it obvious. I mean, he got that shot off in time. It should be an easy decision for the officials.
And we've reached the end of the third. Up by 7. And time to step away quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
Fourth quarter action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. We've got Washington, and it's Jones in at the 5, roaming the paint. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Got to give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point of the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
And how about the sequence in its entirety? Momentum swing, and you love the effort here.
Banked it in off the glass.
In crunch time, trying to get the foul, the bucket, or both.
Washington passes to Pokashevsky. Thomas outside. Fourth quarter still young. Just over a minute played. Jones with the block. And so the ball out of bounds. Jones touched it last. And here's Thomas from the arc. Drops in the three.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
The coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Pokashevsky tried to come right back with a three of his own, but it's no good. Pokashevsky's gone 5 for 13 tonight from the floor. Jones drives in, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Oh, my. That's why we have those breakaway rims.
Dude, he risked pulling the whole thing down to the floor right there. Now here's Thomas, guarded closely. Shot clock at 6. Top of the key. Jones grabs the board.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense. Many times you don't like that shot selection, but sometimes when you're just feeling it in transition when no one's on you, great shot there.
Here's Thomas. Soft touch off the glass. Thomas has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen.
If you're just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Bonga. No good with a layup. Swiped away. Now Pokashevsky. They set a pick.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Down low. Here's Bunga. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
And Poku with the processing speed just got rid of that one quick.
He was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call.
After committing a turnover like that, you're just praying the game doesn't come down to the last possession. You'll remember that one.
Now here's Jones. He's closely guarded. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Pokashevsky the miss. And in on the layup.
That was execution to perfection. Textbook transition offense.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
And the three-pointer goes.
Cool, calm, and collected at a critical juncture in this game.
And it's Williams off the drive. And Williams punches it home.
Oh, what ferocity on the throwdown. I just love when he goes up with purpose.
Where was the D right there? The effort lacking big time.
There's some ways to get your coach's attention, and that draws the coaching staff's ire.
Zero rim protection. Unforgivable in a tight ball game like this.
Well, I hope there's one player on that team out there that has interest in winning this game. Right now, it doesn't look to be one.
To the inside. No good on the three. And they're on the break. Ooh, it's stolen. Defended by Jones. 7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Lundberg. Back to Pokashevsky. Six to shoot. Pass to Lundberg. Picked by Pokashevsky to take the lead. It's in!
Well, looking into the gaps of the defense there, he's not going to miss many of those when he gets to that range.
Missed it! And So the road team gets the W in this one. And this was an emotional win for them.
2K Sports presents the NBA. Monday Night Basketball is coming right up. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is on our sideline. We've got the visiting team facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. They've got Jones, and it's Barca in at the small forward. And here is Maladon. Schofield, and the ball travels out of bounds. Turnover.
Away team ball.
Now here's Jones. That one goes in.
And that'll start us off already. You can feel the tension in this arena.
Boy, I tell you, you're right. You can feel this one looking like it's going to be a tight one throughout.
And they're pushing it up. Pull up Shea, and he knocks down the jumper. Here is Agensa. And just about a minute into the first quarter. Here's Maladon. Pass to Schofield. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
You know, when he has the ball outside like that, that's exactly the kind of D they need to play on.
Here's Davies from deep three-point land. They get it back. Jones, no one around him. No good on the triple.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Here's Harrison. Knocks down the three ball.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Jones looking for an opening. Puts up a three. That one's in, his first shot this game.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets three, you fire three of your own. Boom.
Pass to Ldlc. There's the triple. Davies with the bucket.
And you know, Ldlc has outstanding height at the point guard spot. He's a big point guard, which really is an advantage in seeing the floor.
There's Harrison. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Outside, Jones. Wide open, couldn't capitalize.
Total breakdown from the defense there. I mean, he'll usually take advantage when that's the case.
And it goes down 2 points. Harrison's got 5 points so far.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
And he's good on the three ball.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. He's got 8. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Off target from three-point range. Paladon passes to Laverne. Puts the move on. And Laverne throws it down.
And although an undersized center, more than making up for it with some serious hops.
And there's the call on Jones. That's his first foul.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Heads up action there. Reading the play and then beating him to the spot. Well done.
Now here's Melodon. Hasn't made one yet. And the shot is good.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Here's Laverne. Fades away. Davies grabs the miss. Here's the break. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And there's the turnover. Pass going out of bounds.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
1:11 left to play in the first. Here's Harrison. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Jones for 3. Schofield grabs the board.
And if they know what's good for them, that's the way they'll defend against him every time he takes the ball in the three-point lane.
Pass to Ldlc. Here's Davies. Lock at 6. Puts up a deep 3. Misses that one. He's made 1 and missed 2 this game so far. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. That puts them in the lead. Schofield's gone 1 of 2 from three-point land. Davies, the pass to Bonga. Here's Davies, covered by Agenza. Pass to Bonga. Back to Jones. Here's Davies. Trying to get something going. Oh, and Clark, it went in! Count it!
Yeah!
Ringing the bell. That's the way to close a quarter.
Talk about lifting.
Well, it's been a high-scoring competitive game through the first quarter of play. Up 1. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the visiting team, what do you think?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
Yeah, and you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
They've got Jackson. Lee out there with Black. And it's DeColo in at the 2. They've got Jones. Washington out there with Pokushevsky. And it's Lundberg in at the shooting guard. Jones looking for an opening. Lee with the steal. Fast break, here we go. Launches the 3. It's good from long range.
You have to love the unselfishness on display there. Excellent passing.
Right wing. Here's Pokusevsky. Trains the three-pointer.
They are heating up, percolating here in the second quarter, letting it fly from distance.
Washington against Lee. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Lee's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Now, Pokuševski. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Here's Ldlc. He's covered by Washington. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. Ldlc's gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. Covered by Lee. Pass to Washington. Here's Lundberg. To the left wing. Here's Pokuševski. And that comes off the assist by Jones. Pokuševski's got 6 points in the quarter. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. And that one's good. Ldlc
Really starting to find himself now, guys, after getting shut out in the first quarter.
pass to Lundberg. Three-pointer. Rebounded by Jackson. And here comes the break. Jackson, a screen on Washington. Ldlc can't get it to go.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Here's Jones, and Jones slams it in.
My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it.
Nothing surprising about that, guys. We've come to expect plays like that from him, and still, they never get old.
There's the screen. Ldlc. Second chance effort, and that's 2 points on the layup.
How about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
1:33 left in the first half of the game. Pokuševski can't hit.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up a barrage.
Most teams get the message to cover shooters after 1 or 2 wide open looks at the three-point shot, but it seems like they have just not figured it out.
Makes a fantastic move and nails the shot. 55 seconds left here in the second. Here's Ldlc. Goes back up, and the layup is good. Black's got his first points of the night.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch, and the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
Here's Ldlc. He has 6. Pass to Jackson. 23 seconds left in the first half. Pokuševski grabs the miss.
And this will be the last possession of the quarter if they're patient.
Yeah, they've got to hold for the last shot here.
And Lee with the stuff.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
You know, those kinds of plays can be difference makers, game changers, momentum shifters, especially in a close contest where 1 or 2 possessions can impact the outcome.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Leading by just 1. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
I was just thinking about all the changes we've seen to the All-Star voting process over the years. A lot of new factors in play now.
They've controlled the pace, and it's been fast. Getting out in the open court and scoring before the defense could get set.
Says the Jet. And that about wraps it up.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Here's Maledon. Maledon is out there with Harrison. And it's a Jinsa in at the 3. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there.
We've got Ldlc. He's out there with Jones, and it's Davies in at the center. So starting the second half, here's who Phil Jackson has on the floor. Takes the three. He can't get that one to fall. Bonga deciding where to go with it. Over to the wing. Ldlc passes to Bonga. Puts up a deep three. Rebounded by Ajinça.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
Pass to Maladon. Ajinça with it. He has yet to score. Off target from outside. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. On Sunday, then on Tuesday.
And if I'm this team, I'm looking at this as a barometer to see how we stack up against some of the top teams in the league. They'll have to be at their best. But if they come out of this with some success, I think it'll build momentum for the rest of the run.
Good on the three-point shot. 7 lead changes now, and we're just in the third quarter.
Yeah, frustrating for a coach, but it's great to watch as a fan.
Jones, no luck. Jones has gone 2 of 6 here tonight from the field. Here's Harrison. Off target with his three.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Here's Ldlc. That three off target had some space there after the little pump fake. Maladon passes to Schofield. Bonga pulls it in.
Clearly out of rhythm now, guys. I mean, just 1 for 5 to begin the second half.
Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
You know, that's what you love about Ldlc. I mean, very unselfish and constantly looking to set up his guys.
Pass to Schofield. Bangs home the trifecta. Schofield's got his second bucket of the night.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
There's a screen. To the middle. Here's Bonga. Banked in off the glass. Bonga's got his first points in this one.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Here's Harrison. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals. 5 for 8 in the game.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Here's Davies. Oh, and he misses the dunk. Down low. Stolen by Jones. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. Cranes it from beyond the arc. Jones has got his third basket of the night.
And he's not going to miss those very often, even from deep. The D has to close out a little stronger on him.
And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
There's a minute 34 left to play in the third. 6 to shoot. Pass to Jones. Here's Pakusevski. A miss that time. Would have put him up. Ajinça kicks to Laverne. Now, here's Ajinça. Misses the three. .107 left in the third. There's the steal. Here's Laverne. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Laverne's got 5 points so far.
Just look at what a sniper he is from long range. He's got such an unusual skill for a big fella.
And Shaquille Harris gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. Covered by Ajinça. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Beyond the arc. Pakusevski grabs the miss.
Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this quarter. Man.
Back to Jones. And slammed in by Jones.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
There's the three. That ball is good for another field goal. His sixth. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
And his stroke has been dead on from the outside. I mean, inside, outside, it just doesn't matter.
Pass to Lundberg. Here's Pakusevski from down in the low post. It goes. He's got 11.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Here's Harrison. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And as we finish the third quarter, it's still close. Both teams trading baskets. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard. Put the pass right on the money.
Terrific versatility coming from a big man. Not something that the majority of big guys possess.
3:10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Harrison out there with Meladon. And it's Laverne in at the 5. Harrison laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Boy, right down to the wire here. Still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, and after all the energy both sides have expended, both teams still hungry for the win.
Pass to Pakusevski. Just 5 to shoot. Left side, Jones. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation.
You know, guys, sometimes that just happens, but you don't like to see it when the game is this close.
Lee against Washington. Lee passes to Jackson. The 3 sinks the three-pointer. Jackson's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture.
Here's Washington. Count the basket.
And this is the effort you want to see out of your guys, win or lose.
Yeah, you know what? I agree. I mean, they're showing a bunch of fortitude here, keeping this game tight.
A signature slam from the big fella. We've seen a few of those before.
Diversified scoring in this one for him.
I love when everyone can get involved, a full team effort.
Here's Pakusevski, and that comes off the assist by Jones. Pakusevski's got 5 points in the quarter.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Lundberg shot's good.
Great idea to pull up and take the transition 3 there. The D was in position to block his path to the hoop if he took it inside.
Really left alone that time.
How about dueling from long range, just going at each other?
Looks to me like there could be something personal taking place here.
Pass to Pakusevski. And here's the fast break. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
First personal foul.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved the layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
And taking care of the ball has been a problem for him.
That's something they've got to fix. While the defense has been good, a lot of these turnovers have been unforced. And you can see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other.
And I tell you what, guys, that's a big play to make in a close game. Potential momentum builder there.
Pass to Davies. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. Inside, here's Bunga. Takes it off the glass.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
Lee outside. To the paint. Here's Black. And rebounded by Davies. Davies has got his 4th rebound in this one. Cuts off the pass. Here's DeCola. Drills it from outside.
In perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
First personal foul, second.
He hits the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 5-point game.
And thanks to his good work at the line there, now we have a 2-possession ball game.
An even 3-on-3 break. There's a Zusta. No good on the 3.
You know, he's just chucking it up from distance this quarter. If you're going to do this, especially in the second half, you better make it.
Lundberg's gone 2 of 5 from the 4. Very pretty alley-oop layup.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
And that's an intentional foul.
Second personal foul.
He drops the first one, and that stretches their lead to 8. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 9-point ball game here. Here's Bunga. It's deflected. Here's DeCola. Pass to Schofield. Clock at 6. The shot. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits.
Not enough ticks left on the clock to save them tonight.
Not by a long shot. It's all but official.
Here's Harrison. Puts up a deep 3. The long distance 3 is barreled. So the home crowd happy here as they get the victory. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were...
Hello out there, and get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Joined by Coach Stan Van Gundy and Grant Hill. This is Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce is our reporter. We've got the visitors facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. And that one's good.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Harrison, no good. He got it. No doubt that's a foul. And it's going to be a transition take foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
And that's good. His first bucket of the game. Here's Maladon. Here's Ajinça. Pass to Harrison. There's the triple. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Lays it up and banks it in.
Coach is loving the ball movement.
Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Jacks up a three, and it falls. 2 for 3 from the field so far.
Well, that's basically a warm-up three for him. The defense can't allow him that caliber of attempt.
And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Oh, man, exploding to the rim.
Yep, makes the simple play. Oh, he touched it while it was over the cylinder. That's offensive basket interference. A little over a minute and a half into this first quarter. Pass to Williams. From the arc. Nails it from beyond the arc. 7 points in the game.
What a start. 5 for 5 from the floor, executing the game plan to perfection at this point.
They get the rebound, and that one is hammered home.
And B.A., he takes his rebounding so seriously.
This dude is such a grinder. His teammates appreciate the effort. Just goes all out on the glass.
Well, he gets paid to be a factor on the glass. That's a nice dunk to finish it off.
The big story thus far, how well they've shot the rock.
Here's Harrison. Kept alive. Schofield passes to Harrison. Here's Ajinça. Clock at 6. Here's Laverne. Three-pointer off the mark. To the left wing. Rochita. The three-pointer off the mark.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
That's the way. And they're running. Finished off the break.
When you get a chance to run the floor like that, you have to capitalize. Great hustle on that play.
Inside.
I would imagine it's nearly impossible to not get fired up after that play.
Grant, check these guys out on the bench. Their reaction says it all. They are fired up. 1:33 left in the first quarter. Oh, he gets it to go. So far, he can't miss. He's 4 for 4.
Yeah, their defense is starting to wear down. That's 3 straight buckets at the rim.
Here's Ajinça. Pure from three-point range. Ajinça's got 5 now.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
56 seconds left in the first quarter here.
And even with the miss, that's a high percentage shot for him.
Pass to Schofield. Perfect night so far, 2 for 2.
Attacking in the painted area. Clearly that was their game plan coming in.
Off with the layup.
Not really what we expected. You know he wants that one back.
Beyond the arc. Can't hit that one.
And even after airtight defense like that, you still just expect him to hit those kind of shots.
And stolen by Williams. Picked it out of midair. To the paint. Pass to Ajinça. They set the screen. Here's Laverne. 4-3. He buries it from 3. And that makes it a tie ball game.
Yeah, showing off that ability to stretch the floor. Seems like everyone is a threat at the arc these days.
And that concludes a back-and-forth, high-scoring first quarter of play. Leading by just 2. And the second quarter is on its way. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. And what do you guys think about the visitors here in this one?
You know, they've been relentless in how they attack the paint.
Well, if they're going to be that ferocious inside, this defense is in for a long night.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
And he slams it in one-handed.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And, guys, you cannot allow that in a close game. You have to make it harder than that.
Here's Thomas. Ball stolen. And here they come. Here's DeColo. The 3. No good. Just over a minute has passed here in the second quarter. Knocks down the triple.
Well, maybe not the shot they were looking for there, but the defense gave it to him, and he knocked it down.
And they come right back with their own three-pointer. DeColo's got 6 here in the quarter.
Well, it took him a while to get his legs under him. He didn't do much in the first quarter, but now he's off and running.
Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Way to rise to the occasion and snatch back the momentum.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
Off target from three-point range. And here's Thomas from the arc. It's Thomas on the wing. Shot clock at 6. To the wing on the left. Three-pointer. They get it back.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Yeah, what a disconnect. Sloppy play like that is something they can expect to come up in the film session.
Here's Lee. Gets the 3 ball to go. Lee's got 5 points.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
And here's Thomas from the arc. Misses his 4th shot of the night. Still hasn't hit one yet. With the drive, here's DeColo. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Give him 8.
Well, the defense allowed that one. He had a clear path to the cup.
Let's go with a 3. That one's off, and now he's 3 for 6. And here's Thomas. No points yet. And a miss there on the triple. In transition. Jackson for 3. That won't go. Misses his first shot of the game. 1:51 left in the second. To the left side wing. The 3 ball. Unable to get that one. A tight game here in Milwaukee. And that goes out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. 1:33 left in the second. Here's DeColo. Thomas defends to the middle. Oh, he picked him clean. Fast break. Here we go. Finished off the break.
A sharp steal and some quick offense cuts it down to a 1-possession game. Well done.
Pass to Lee. Great start so far. 3 of 3 in this one.
Good play call and good execution. The offense running on all cylinders.
Thomas finally gets one to go. That makes him 1 for 5 in this game.
And a bit of a struggle for him so far in the quarter. Just 1 for 5 from the field.
And the officials will call the illegal screen here.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
40 seconds left in the first half of this game. He nails it, and we're tied.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
And there's a pick. Here's DeColo. Thomas defends. A deep 3. No good.
He's giving his all, but you can't force yourself back on track.
Here's DeColo. Hits the trifecta. DeColo's got 11 points in the quarter. Oh, there's a killer 2-hand slam.
He had a huge height advantage there and did not mess around.
Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. They lead by 1. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
What do you think about our Eastern Conference winner?
Well-deserved award. You look at the numbers, he's doing a little bit of everything out there.
That's what...
They found an advantage in the painted area, and they're exploiting it. I just say keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, please don't fix it.
Glad you could join us.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. So it's the home team now. They lead by 1. We've got Teo Maladon, and it's Harrison in at the 1. Harrison's gone 3 for 5 shooting from the floor. Williams with the screen. Takes the 3. It goes again. His 6th basket in 7 tries. We've got Teo Maladon, and it's Ajinça at the 3 slot. Oh, got that bucket in no time at all. He's got 6.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
First free throw is good.
At the line for the away team, Asvel taking 2 shots.
And so he makes both from the line.
We expect nothing less. He's generally been very good at the line.
We've got Teo Maladon, and it's Schofield in at the 4. To the inside, lets it fly. Maladon for 3. Offensive rebound. Here's Laverne. From downtown. There's the 3. Just 5 on the clock. Over to the wing. Maladon. Pass to Harrison. Here's... Oh! A highlight! What a slam!
Oh, my.
That's the type of move that you see in a dunk contest.
Takes great confidence to alley-oop to yourself.
Sure does.
And the shot goes in.
And force-feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
2 minutes gone in this 3rd quarter now. Here's Harrison. Drills it from deep. Harrison's got 5 points now in the quarter.
He's had it going offensively, helping them build this lead.
Rochita. Rebounded by Ajinça. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Maladon for 3. Buries it from 3. Maladon's got his first 3 points of the game.
As the deep shots continue to fall, you can sense the frustration growing among these defenders.
Fires from deep. From deep 3-point land. Pass to Williams. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the 3rd here. Harrison, no good.
Well, when they're playing off you, you have to make them pay. And he couldn't.
Over to the left wing. Launches a 3. The rebound by Harrison. Harrison's got 4 rebounds now. Pushing it up now. Here's Ajinça. Pass to Schofield. 3-pointer. On target from range. Schofield's got 9 points.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
They need this. It's hauled in by Schofield.
Well, you like the competitive mindset there, trying to answer right back. It just didn't fall.
Fires the 3. He can't get that one to fall. banks in the layup. 10 points for him.
And despite the size mismatch, getting a little aggressive down there in the paint.
Yeah, he didn't let the defense affect him there. He just kept his focus.
Here's Laverne. Williams defending. The three is up. That shot is off. To the paint. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
Here's Zusta. Off the mark with the outside fadeaway. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And that one falls. His 5th basket in 7 tries.
Well, that's what you're looking for. Shots from point-blank range.
From the arc. The shot that time not on target. Left side Williams. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a 3-point play.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
Just 4 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. That takes us to the end of the 3rd quarter. What a game. Neither team giving ground. Up 1. After a quick break, we're coming right back with the start of the 4th. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And from the 2-guard spot, an unselfish play like this sets a fantastic tone.
Yeah, well, he looked like a pass-first point guard on this assist. Incredible instinct to feel the play develop and set up to score.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the 4th in what is still anybody's ball game. Thomas outside. Outside, Williams. 6 on the shot clock. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. And they're pushing it up. Here's DeColo. And the 3 off target.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the boards.
It's intercepted. Lets it go from deep. It doesn't go for him.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Here's Thomas. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair.
At the line for the away team.
That one drops. He ties it up.
2 shots.
And that one falls. That puts him up 1 point in the game now. Here's Lee. Jackson on the wing. Pass to Lee. For 3. The long distance 3 is buried.
They've had a hard time shutting down the 3-point shot.
Defended by Jackson. Driving inside. Down low. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
First personal foul. 3rd team foul.
And he drops it first.
The away team. Number 5. 2 shots.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. We've gone about a minute and a half into this 4th quarter. There's a screen. Puts up a 3. Knocks it down from distance.
Here in the 2nd half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
Here's Thomas. Outside, Williams. It's hauled in by Black. Williams has gone 2 of 5 from the field here.
Number 26. First personal foul. Substitution on the court.
And we're about 2 minutes into the 4th here. Here's Lee. From the top of the key, he buries it. Lee's got 6 points in the quarter.
And coming down the stretch, both teams still playing fantastic offense.
Yeah, in hopes that your opponent is just going to go cold. That's not going to happen, it doesn't look like in this one. This might go down to whoever has the last possession.
In transition, here they come. Rochita misses the three. And here's the fast break. There's Jackson with the three. The shot off that time. Nails it from three.
They have a never-give-up attitude.
Yeah, and as a coach, you love having a team like this. They've got zero quitting.
Here's Black. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
It's winning time, and that's a winning play.
1:57 left to play in the fourth. Williams with the screen. Launches it. Sinks it from distance.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from it.
And he taps it home with authority.
For a center, he's maybe undersized, but his ability to get in the air to make a play balances that out.
Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. Fires the three. And they recover it.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
The steal. Here's Lee. The three. Doesn't go for him.
Surprising to see him miss here, but they'll be happy with that shot in most possessions. Oh, my! That's why we have those breakaway rims.
Dude, he risked pulling the whole thing down to the floor right there. Here's DeColo. From behind the arc. Fires in the triple.
Well, it's a three-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
Pass to Williams. Out to the right wing. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Inside. It's 2-on-1. Here's DeColo. Six to shoot. Here's Black. To the right side. There's the triple. Connects from downtown.
This is what winning is all about. Playing your best when it matters most.
Yeah, they've got clutch guys on this team, and they never let up.
Knocks down the long James. Here's DeColo. Offline. So the home crowd happy here as they get the victory. This one was in the balance right until...
It's an exciting Sunday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And on the sidelines, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. We've got the visiting team facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. Here's Jones. Latre. Rebound by Williams. On the wing, Williams. And Williams with the stop.
Oh, fantastic dunk. And he hangs around up there just for a little camera time.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to land awkwardly. Who knows? But there he is, and we see it very clearly. Pass to Bonga. Here's Ldlc. Launches it. The offensive rebound. McDowell White. And he dunks it down.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
They're just too slow to react. You can't afford to sleepwalk through possessions. What's going on out there?
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
There's the drive.
That's a finish he'll be bragging about for a while.
As he should. Very impressive.
How about that from your point guard, gentlemen? Playing big at the rim, okay?
Jones looking for an opening. 6 on the shot clock. Inside. And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
And although an undersized center, more than making up for it with some serious hops.
Defended by Jones. With the drive. Pass to Williams. McDowell White. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. To the inside. To the middle. Here's Davies. And count it from 19 feet away. Procida gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Boy, major defensive lapse on that trip, leaving him all alone in three-point territory, and he drills it.
1:41 left to play in the first quarter. Outside, Jones. 5 on the clock. Here's Bunga. Rebound by Williams. McDowell, White, defended by Jones. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the net.
And he makes the first.
McDowell White taking 2 shots.
Good on both.
You can tell when he steps to the line the kind of confidence he has in himself. It's written all over his body language.
There's 1:17 left in the first quarter. Brown deciding where to go with it.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Personal foul. First team foul.
.107 left in the first quarter of the game. McDowell, White. He's covered by Brown. Takes a 3. It's hauled in by Brown. Pass to Pakusevsky. Here's Lundberg. 34 seconds left here in the opening quarter. The screen from Brown. Just 4 to shoot. Lets it go with a 3. Lundberg shot's good. Into the lane.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Pass to Pakusevsky. And he goes in for the dunk.
Well, sometimes when you're 7-foot-tall, folks, dunking is easy. Mr. Pakusevsky in prime position.
It's hauled in by Brown. No good. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. They're up by 3. And we'll get the... And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the visiting team, what do you think?
Well, you come in thinking they're going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Think again.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
They've got Pokusevsky. He's out there with Jones. And it's Lundberg in at the point guard. Down low. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Here's Pakusevsky. Back to Jones. Pass to Lundberg. Now Pokusevsky. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Outside Thomas. And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. Got a piece of it. Brown outside. Jones kicks to Brown. Here's Lundberg. 6 points for him. Brown the pass to Pakusevsky. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Pakusevsky's got 5 minutes.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooters.
The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Here's Lundberg. Screen by Jones. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. Takes it inside.
Oh, send it back, Alexei Pokusevsky. Make him feel that 7-foot frame.
And Jones pulls it down. On the wing, Brown. No scoring in this one.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? That's it. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
He's guarded by Thomas. Here's Lundberg. Sinks the three-pointer. 9 points in the game so far.
Well, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triple.
Outside Thomas. For the 3. And Jones pulls it down.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Chalk up 2 there.
Want easy looks? Don't allow the defense to set up.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Well, credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack.
Lundberg. No good with the triple. Thomas feeling it out a bit. We've got 1:13 left in the second quarter. And there's the call on Jones.
First team foul.
That's his first foul. Here's Thomas with the 3. And Jones pulls it down. Jones has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Sinks the triple.
They're great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
Defended by Jones. The rim-rattling 2-handed jam.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Where was the defense? No help. You can't afford to give up these kinds of buckets.
.44 seconds left now here in the second. Shot clock at 6, and it's denied. And it ends up out of bounds. And they'll keep possession.
Substitution on the court.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shoots from 12 and misses it off the right side of the rim.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
Count it, good. He's got 8. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. 2 open that time, made it look too easy.
3-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
Procida, and right away they match it with a 3-pointer of their own.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling 3-point opportunities.
Here's Bonga. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. They lead by a bucket. And we'll be back right after this.
Well, I think for the home team, they've been hanging around the upper echelon, playing with good energy. Feels like the chemistry is right with this team.
You'll see teams attempt to space the floor, but these guys really do it. They've got great shooters who take great shots.
And a few times, even when...
That'll do it for our show.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You've got Ldlc. He's out there with Jones. And it's Bonga in at the 3. And that's the group for Phil Jackson as we begin the second half. From the arc. And that one is off. Connects from three-point range.
Always a bonus when points come from unlikely sources. And you can see this guy's been working on that shot.
Now here's Jones. He's guarded closely. Pass to Davies. A three ball. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got 4 rebounds in this game. And for those of you turning in, we're about a minute into the second half. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
Well, they're winning largely because of this guy's play. He has been sensational.
Here's Bunga. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Bunga's got 5 points so far. Got a piece of it. To the right side. Pass to Williams. Shot clock at 5. Porchita bangs home the trifecta. 9 points in the game so far.
And you can see he just has a great overall feel for this game. Excellent job tonight.
And that's been his role pretty much from the opening tip. Get the ball to guys where they can score it.
And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
They are just killing him on the interior.
It's a 7-point spread. Over to the left wing. Bunga deciding where to go with it. Trains it from beyond the arc. Bunga's got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, the defense deserves to get burned. Absolutely no excuse for leaving him open.
Defended by Jones. Shot left block, and that's off the glass and in.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Davies with the bucket. Davies has got his second bucket.
Pretty dime there, the kind of ball movement coaches love to see.
Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
McDowell, White. Count it.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
To the inside. 1:44 left in the third quarter. The 9-foot shot. Rebound by Williams.
I know he's got to be frustrated right now, but the team is fighting from behind. He's got to stay with it.
And there's the drive. Bunga pulls it in.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
There's the 3. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Porchita. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. McDowell, White. And rebounded by Davies.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
Substitution on the court.
36 seconds left to play in the third. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. Here's Bunga. Offline with his 3.
I always like to hold for the last shot right here.
Well, that's great execution if you can do that, because it takes any chance of momentum away from your opponent.
Good on the bucket.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. They're up by 8, and we're coming right back. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. He's covered by Brown. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Pass to Pakusevsky. Traps in the tray.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Pakusevsky's gone 50% from deep tonight, making 2 of 4. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
And it is a major disadvantage down the stretch if you can't guard. This may just come down to who has the ball last.
On Sunday and then on Saturday.
And if I'm this team, I'm looking at this as a barometer to see how we stack up against some of the top teams in the league. They'll have to be at their best, but if they come out of this with some success, I think it'll build momentum for the rest of the run.
Pushing it up. Always going up for the alley-oop here. And it's slammed in by Jones.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. Back to Thomas from downtown. Krusevsky grabs the miss.
Tough to hit that shot when the D is all over you like that.
Here's Brown. Pass the Lundberg. Takes a 3. It's good from long range.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Here's Thomas. Up and in on the layup.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And an intentional foul right there.
There's really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Pass to Pakusevsky. Trains the three-pointer.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Here's Bonga. Pass to Pakusevsky. Inside. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Well, you can see Aleksej Pokusevski has a well-rounded offensive game. Right now, he's looking so confident and so efficient.
Defended by Jones. 1:57 left here in the fourth quarter.
And you can see why he might be off on some of his attempts, getting far fewer shots today than he's accustomed to.
Pakusevsky, the pass to Jones. Back to Pokusevsky. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
There's real synergy in play right now on the offensive end. The pass was right where it needed to be.
And Jones pulls it down.
Well, he did everything right till he got to the rim. He needs to finish that.
Here's Ldlc, and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. And here they come. And that goes out of bounds. And they retain possession. .10 left in the fourth quarter. Yes, that goes in.
Well, get it inside to a quality scorer and let this guy do his thing.
Jones kicks to Davis. Here's Bonga. Out to the right wing. Just 5 on the clock. Count it! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
So much riding on that shot. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
36 seconds left in the game. Defended by Jones. And a big play there to mute the crowd.
Hey, guys, the only noise we're hearing now is coming from the visitors' bench.
Here's Pokusevski. Got it. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Well, Pokusevski looking really confident on the interior, doing a nice job using his size to his advantage.
And they commit an intentional foul. It's another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
And so they foul intentionally.
Second personal foul. Third team foul. Shooting for the away team.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's a 4-point ballgame.
You've got to figure those are the free throws that officially put this game out of reach.
And so the timeout by Phil Jackson here. What do you think Coach's focus is going to be here?
No time to waste here. Quick bucket and a foul.
Everybody has got to be in the exact perfect position defensively, and execution has got to be on point.
Now here's Williams. From deep 3-point territory. And so it's a victory for the road team in this one. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know,
for joining us on a picture-perfect Sunday night for some NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Brian Anderson, and joining me at the table, Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill. We've also got Allie LaForce bringing us reports. We've got the visitors facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. We've got Teo Maladon, and it's Schofield in at the power forward position. Here's Harrison, cashes in the 12-footer.
So wide open there, he said, why not? That's like a warm-up shot for him.
Pass to Ntilikina. From deep. The rebound by Harrison. Here's Laverne. Out left to the wing. Fades away. Oh, can't get it. Misses his first attempt. Here we go. And there's the lob.
Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, when you hustle on the break like he does, good things tend to happen.
Take it away. Pass to Bonga. Jacks up a three. 3 shots, 3 baskets. Great efficiency so far.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Here's Harrison. And they waste no time getting those 3 points back.
3 points.
Harrison's got 5 points.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at it.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge. Out to a hot start, 4 makes and 5 shots to begin this ball game.
And the first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Sends it home from three-point land. Give him 8.
He can really stroke it from deep. You have to keep better tabs on him.
Pass to Ldlc. Goes up and lays it in nice and easy.
Attacking in the painted area. Clearly that was their game plan coming in.
Here's Harrison. Wide open, but he couldn't capitalize.
And he might have thrown himself off when he saw how much space he had from 3.
Jones feels it out. Here's the 3. Rebounded by Ajinça. Here's Harrison. Offensive rebound. Pass to Ajinça. Lets the 3 fly. First shot won't go. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Oh, nice one-handed jam there, B.A.
Hey, little exclamation point. Here's Harrison. Hits the 3-pointer.
And he has been on fire this quarter in terms of his scoring. Hopefully, that fire spreads to his other guys and they can rally.
Bongo. Pass to Ldlc. This one for 3. Oh, he gets it to go. So far, he can't miss. He's 4 for 4.
And another one from distance. He's hot, and they keep feeding him.
Here's Harrison. Plenty of room to knock down that one. Harrison's got 13.
He's doing everything he can. If they want to win, others have to step up and provide some scoring.
Here's Bonga. And it's all from 3-point range. Here's Ajinça. Drains the triple.
I know it's early, but you have to wonder if these offenses can keep this up.
There will be some letdown at some point, but these teams, they are built to score, so.
2 fouls for him already. If he's not more careful, his minutes will be curtailed.
55 seconds left in the first quarter. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer. Give him 8.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Intercepted. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. That one falls.
Oh, man, he's feeling it this quarter. They should be looking to get him going every trip down the floor.
Out to the wing. Here's Bonga. 11 points in the game. Shot clock at 5. Ldlc, the pass to Bonga. Takes a 3, and they'll turn it over. Couldn't get the shot off. A shot clock violation.
Substitution on the court.
And so both teams trading buckets as we end the first quarter. Up by 3. After this break, we'll... Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. And from what we've seen here from the home team, what's your take so far?
You can really see the strategy coming in. Get the ball into the painted area.
And let me tell you, when you establish a physical edge, it gives you a mental edge too. And that's on the defense there. Gotta know the scouting report and understand that he loves his shot.
Back to Washington. Pass to Lundberg. Just 5 to shoot. And he lobs it up top. Here's the break. Here's Lee. And he misses the go-ahead basket. The 3 is up. Lukashevsky the miss. Oh, a flawless finish on the lob.
Just a perfect pass and some pretty slick body control on the finish, too.
Man, that's butter. Fires for 3. It's hauled in by Black. Here's Lee. He's guarded by Washington. It's stolen. And here comes the break. Here's Jones. Oh, throw it down. Wow.
Oh, man. He got fancy with that finish.
He may be trying to provide the spark they need to break this one open.
He was inside his own head in that first quarter. You could see it. Now he's doing a much better job of letting the game come to him.
Washington passes to Jones. Back to Washington. Pass to Lundberg. From outside the arc. Picked it. Jackson for 3. The rebound by Lundberg. And here's Pokashevsky. Yet to see a basket. Counted from distance.
This is that modern big man play. Tall guys who are comfortable draining shots from deep.
Pass to Jackson. They set the pick. Let's go with a 3. And he's missed his first 2 shots of the game. And they're on the run. The 3 from Washington. That's good. And it's Jones with the assist. Washington's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
And he lobs it up to the rim. Picked it out of midair. Pass to Lundberg from behind the arc. And that won't fall for him. He's 0 for 2.
Yeah, and the defense really respects his shooting ability, and they showed it with that tight coverage.
He drops it from range.
You can't lose a shooter like him on the court. The ball will find its way to him, and he will drill a 3 each time.
And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. On Sunday, then on Thursday.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
Here's Lee. Pass to Black. Back to Lee. Jackson on the wing. 1:16 left in the first half. Shot clock at 6. They grab their own miss.
Home team foul. First personal foul. First team foul.
1:09 left in the first half. Here's DeColo. Gets the 3 to fall. DeColo's got 13 points in this quarter.
He's looked practically unstoppable this quarter. The defense, yeah, well, they haven't had many answers for him.
Good heads-up basketball. Sees an opening and capitalizes.
Fires the 3. Jones grabs the board. To the paint.
A great read between those two guys. The defense didn't stand a chance, B.A.
These two teammates right here, Grant, they are connected. Here's Lee. That 3's off the mark.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him.
Now here's Pokashevsky. 5 points in the game. No good from outside. We've got 22 seconds left in the half. Down low. And that's going to be a travel.
Substitution on the court.
Now Jones. He's scoreless. Fires from deep. The shot, no good. Here's Black. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. They lead by 2. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
Glad you could join us. Ryan Ant.
And if you're just joining us, we played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Here's Harrison, defended by Jones. Pass to Aginsa. From deep. Second chance effort. And he takes it up and lays it in.
Assertive move. You can tell the game's heating up a bit.
We've got Teo Maladon, and it's Aginsa at the 3. To the inside. To the left wing. From the arc. Clock at 6. Here's Bonga. Jones from outside. That shot, no good. Here's the break. Here's Aginsa. Pure from three-point range.
3 points.
Aginsa's got 6 points.
Well orchestrated, and then the pass is right on the money.
Here in this third quarter, just over a minute played. Here's Bonga. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. 14 points for him.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Aginsa. Boom! He jams it straight down.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
Jones with the ball. Still no points. There's the triple. It's hauled in by Schofield.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
They've done a great job of moving the ball tonight.
Yeah, B.A., keeping everybody involved keeps everyone engaged. This isn't how they wanted to start the second half. Only 1 of 4.
Here's Harrison. 15 points in the game. With the fadeaway. That's miss number 5 on the night. 6 for 11 now. Here's Ntilikina. And he makes it.
Just outstanding distribution. This is the kind of team chemistry that you love to see.
Fires the 3. Drills it from deep.
Well, if you let him shoot freely, you're going to give up a lot of trays.
And there's a pick. Count it. Now 8 for 13 with that basket.
You want to know why they're winning? It's because of his play offensively.
Now here's Jones. Tight defense on him. Pass to Ntilikina. Back to Jones.
2 minutes.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. 4-3. Drops in the 3. Jones has gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Aginsa. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. It's stolen away. Beyond the arc. Harrison with the bucket. Harrison's got 23 points.
Yeah, he's in his bag from beyond the arc right now. You see his confidence.
And of course, it helps space the floor, which gives this offense more room to operate.
On target from range.
pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Here's Ajinça. Sinks the tray. Ajinça's got 8 points in the quarter.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
And you look at how they've come out in the second half. It's almost like night and day.
And they look like a completely different team. I wonder what coach said to them at halftime to help spark this momentum change.
Knocks it down from distance.
He hit 3 triples in the first half, 3 more since. That's nothing to shrug at.
There's 39 seconds left in the third quarter. Pass to Ntilikina, and the ball ends up out of bounds. And they'll keep possession.
Substitution on the court.
We've got 33 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Jones. The layup off target.
And you got to give credit to the D for never giving up on the play and doing just enough to bother him at the rim.
It's intercepted. Here's Laverne, defended by Jones. Here's Harrison. The three. He can't get it to go. And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. Up by 6. And we're coming back in just... And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Serving it up on a platter, that is a beautiful dish. And 2 teammates on the same page. Woo.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. We've got Washington, and it's Lundberg in at the shooting guard position. That shot wide open.
12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
Outside Jones. Pass to Pokashevsky. Back to Jones. And he throws it down. What a terrific lead pass.
This is why you put the ball in his hands. An accurate pass hitting a moving target.
Shot on the wing. Here's Jackson. He's off on that one. About 1 minute played here in the fourth quarter. A quick shot there. It's off target. In transition. Here they come. Here's DeColo. Great look there, but off target.
You got to move past that one. I mean, they'd want him to take that again.
Yeah, it's a great look for him. One they'll try and manufacture again. Those are the shots you want him to take.
To the middle. Pass to Jones. Here's Lundberg. Picked by Pokashevsky. It's Pokashevsky on the wing. Knocks down the triple.
Cool, calm, and collected at a critical juncture in this game.
Pokashevsky's gotten 2 of his 4 attempts to go from outside. Lets the 3 fly. Knocks down the long J. Lee's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth now. Tries the spin move. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
I'll tell you what, it's good to be his age.
Yeah, I don't have memories like that at my age, though. And he lobs it up.
Oh, great teamwork right there.
Hey, you got to love the finish. Bringing it down with some attitude. Defended by Jackson. Ooh, they pick off the pass. 3-pointer. Jones grabs the board. Jones has got 4 rebounds now. Lets it fly. And they cash it in right away with a quick shot. Pokashevsky's got 7 points for the quarter.
When guys are moving the ball, sharing it, it makes the game so much more fun, both as a player and as a fan.
Takes a 3. Jones grabs the board. Jones has got 5 rebounds in the game. Here's Lundberg. Oh, that doesn't go on the chance to tie. Lundberg's gotten just 1 of his 4 attempts from the floor tonight. And that goes out of bounds. And they retain possession. 1:56 left in the fourth quarter. Down low. Pass to Black. Tipped away. Here's Harrison. Shot clock at 6. Nails it from 3. Harrison's got 29 points.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by now. It's hauled in by Pokusevski.
He's lost his momentum in a big hurry. Coming off an excellent quarter, now he just can't find the bucket.
Picked by Pokusevski. The 3 is up. That one's off. His 3rd miss out of 8 tries. Here's Harrison. And that's going to be a turnover. They call him for the 8 seconds. .103 left in the game. And here's Pokusevski. Off target at the rim. And here's the fast break from deep three-point range. Sinks it. What range from downtown?
It all comes down to this possession. They must get points.
Anything other than a make is game over. This is where you lean on your stars to get you to the finish line.
32 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Lets it go from deep. Fires in the triple.
And guys, that's got to be the dagger. This is how you finish a game.
And it felt like they just flipped the switch to go on that run and seal the game. Saving their best basketball for the end. Always smart.
Here's DeColo. Pass to Schofield. Hits the front of the rim and out. The visiting club takes the win on the road. And they barely squeezed out the win here on the road.